A stone's throw from Bournemouth Pier is the Bonington Beach, a 21-bedroom budget hotel owned by Susan Coughlin and managed by her husband, Nick Davis. Leaving their jobs in the city, the couple bought the hotel 4 years ago and moved to Bournemouth to raise a family.
We were living in London and Susan got pregnant. The dream was to, I suppose, have a child in a nice area and have a nice way of life. You know, working together at something.
I don't know if we expected anything. We sort of just went into it with a really open mind and perhaps quite naively, not thinking that it wouldn't work.
With little experience of the hotel industry,
Hello, Bonington Beach, how can I help you?
Nick and Susan opted for a stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap philosophy, filling their 21 rooms with 57 beds and charging guests just £15 per person per night.
Fantastico!
With a young family to care for and a business to run, owner Susan has taken a back seat, handing over the reins of the hotel to Nick, who's revelling in his role as the boss.
I went out and I bought the biggest flag I could. I bought it on the internet. That flag is actually for a boat. I'm hanging it off the front of my hotel. There we go.
Supremely confident in his own ability, now Nick's in charge. It's his way or the highway.
This is 7 days a week. Fucking thing. 24 hours a day. It looks nice, it just looks a bit funny, that's all. If I wasn't here, it really would fall apart. Someone's ripped a sink tap off in room 5.
Say that again?
Someone has ripped the tap off in room 5.
And in his hotel, the customer isn't always right.
They complain about noise and aggro. One bloke put he'd rather sleep on the beach. It's full of sand. I think it's all right.
Despite Nick's best efforts, the hotel is failing to turn a profit, and the couple owe the bank £600,000.
If it wasn't such a nice place to bring children up on the beach, we might just chuck the keys in. The only thing we can do is battle on every way we can.
We've worked too hard for it to fail. Yeah, we have to make it work. You know, we've got no choice.
And if you could sign in just there, please, that'd be great.
But it may all be too little, too late. Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the world's most exclusive establishments. Nick and Susan are hoping that the renowned hotelier can transform their flagging fortunes. To identify where the Bonington Beach is failing, Alex has booked in for the night.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Alex.
Pleased to meet you, Alex.
Hello.
My name's Hannah.
Hi.
Right, let's get you checked in.
Thank you.
If you can just sign at the bottom there for me.
Lovely.
Would you like me to carry your bag
I'm
for you?
fine, darling.
Okay.
Yes, you're smaller than I am, so I certainly wouldn't
Okay.
expect that.
You just follow me.
Nick has left receptionist Hannah with instructions to check Alex into room 20, one of only 3 rooms in the Bonington with a sea view.
This is room 20. This is the bedroom through here.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Have a lovely stay.
Thank you. This room is supposed to have a sea view. Nah. There's no sea view here. Maybe I'm mistaken. Not quite sure what a glitter ball adds to it, I have to say. Let's try the bed. Ooh, this is very boingy. Basically, for 15 quid a night, you expect a kind of hostel, don't you? You don't expect this. This is perfectly acceptable. This is slightly less glamorous and more what I imagine the rest of the hotel looked like. It certainly doesn't look like it's been done up recently, does it? A few cleaning issues already discovered. First impression's very good, but scratch the surface and I'm already starting to see a few problems.
The Bonington Beach has 21 ensuite rooms, all priced at just £15 per person per night. As well as a complimentary tea tray, each room has a disco ball and an assortment of pillow humbugs.
What on earth is the significance of the glitter balls? I mean, is it supposed to add a little glamour to the room? I just don't like it.
Finishing touches that I've implemented in the hotel, I hope aren't too odd, just a personal touch. There are some glitter balls, and I know clients do like them because sometimes they take them as a souvenir.
Is that a tea towel? Rather pathetic attempt at art on the walls. You know, why would you spend money on a picture frame and then fill it with a cut-up tea towel? This is a sweet, if slightly inadequate attempt to add a little luxury, I imagine. You're selling a £15 room. You don't need to give any frills and furbelows. Let them go out and buy their own bloody sweets for 15 quid a night.
The sweets were probably my add-on. We used to have biscuits too.
Family room. Okay, so explain this to me. This is a kind of like half cover, and this is a proper cover. And then some beds have no cover at all.
I might have gone a little cushion and throw crazy. I was just trying to brighten the rooms up really and add a personal touch.
Why? Just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. It's kind of style over substance. I should say style in quotation marks, shouldn't I, really? All these bits are just here for decorative purposes, and as this isn't a home store showroom, I just don't see the point of it. My conclusion so far is that they obviously have those beds there because there's a demand for lots of beds in a room. Stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap is obviously their attitude. And in other ways, there seems to be kind of money wasted on items which I just can't comprehend the function of. How on earth do they manage to make money on £15 a night?
With questions about the Boningtons' profit-making potential, Alex goes in search of hotel manager Nick.
Nick! Hi, I'm Alex Polizzi.
Hiya, Nick, nice to meet you.
Really
Hiya.
nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me here.
No problem.
I've had a look around some of the rooms upstairs, and some of them seem to have lots of beds in, so I'm wondering what your clientele is.
Basically, the weekends it's stags and hens, and contractors during the week.
Another question for you.
Disco balls.
I mean, honestly, darling.
Have you been in room 24? If you turn the light up to the glitter ball, draw the curtains, the whole room spins round with stars.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's a double bed in there, bit of romance. People like it, don't they?
With his balls not to Alex's taste, Nick takes the hotel inspector to his favourite room in the Bonington, which he styled personally.
Gosh. Well, what do you call this room then?
This is the party room,
Aha.
where we take big groups of guys or girls.
Just call it the orgy room. Be honest. Right, let's have a look. How the hell do you explain this wallpaper?
I did this whole room up while Susan was having, just before she had the baby, and I chose all the wallpaper in here.
All
and
the wallpaper?
All the wallpaper. I ripped out all the cupboards, had it made open plan, I put the plasma on the wall, and she really liked it when she came in.
I hope you don't expect applause from me. The whole room is completely blank. You don't have a headboard. You don't have any kind of decorative detail apart from this really over-the-top wallpaper. I mean,
think
it's
bonkers.
bonkers.
People love this room. As soon as they
But
walk
is
in,
that
they go,
because
wow.
of the wall? Oh, please.
It is.
They go, wow. We're obviously communicating in different languages to each other.
While his party room may be a guest favourite, the underused downstairs lounge is more of a party pooper.
Why is it so cold in here?
Because we haven't got any heating in here. We've got the plumbing, but we haven't got the radiators.
Why?
Because I think they're about 1,500 quid each, the radiators.
How much did you spend on this floor?
About 15 grand.
You spend 15 grand on a floor in a hotel that only charges £15 per person per night.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a tough time with you.
Nick and Susan spent £130,000 creating the lounge and breakfast room in their budget hotel, including £15,000 alone on the bespoke flooring. It may not have impressed the hotel inspector, But Nick has one more card up his sleeve that he's certain will win him big plaudits.
It'd be very interesting for me if you can show me the patterns of your occupancy.
Yep.
Yeah?
We run 100% every night apart from Sunday.
Not throughout the year?
Yeah, throughout the year.
Okay.
The only day we don't fill is Sunday.
Okay, so tonight, out of 21 rooms, you...
Everyone.
So, if you're already at 100% occupancy,
Yeah.
you either have to put up your prices or shave your margins.
Or have more rooms.
Oh, please, for God's sake, you're stark raving bonkers.
No.
Yeah, and then get another mortgage.
No.
And, you know,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying...
Darling, work
if this
with what
room was
you work
bedrooms,
with what you've got.
If this room was bedrooms...
No. Then you still have to give them breakfast somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
In achieving a 100% occupancy rate, Nick's realised every hotelier's dream. But as he's not willing to budge on his budget rate of £15 a night, Alex is facing an even bigger challenge than she anticipated.
What is the point of being open at £15 per person per night unless he can show me that it makes money?
This is the Key West Hotel, situated a short walk from the beautiful beaches of Newquay. But it's in trouble. Its owners, Brian and Jill Scott, invested everything they had in pursuit of a dream. In reality, they'd bought a nightmare.
We were led to believe that the business and the buildings were in better shape than they actually were.
When research chemist Brian was made redundant, he and wife Jill decided to embark on one last adventure en route to retirement.
We decided to throw caution to the wind and start a life anew.
They gambled all their life savings on the 23-bedroomed Key West Hotel.
We envisaged being a family hotel, you know, families, buckets and spades, that sort of thing. But we nearly sank.
The families weren't forthcoming. The phone rang, but not with the clientele they craved.
Good afternoon, Key West Hotel, can I help you? Yeah, we do. We take stags and hens.
To fill the empty rooms, Brian and Jill were forced to turn to the stag and hen market, juggling them with turkey and tinsel coach parties.
We did take a few rugby clubs and football clubs and they virtually trashed the hotel. Then the coach company people would come in and complain that the hotel wasn't up to scratch.
They're trapped, and the Key West has become a weight around their necks.
The building has been like a sponge. It's absorbed every penny we've ever had. It's taken in all our pension plan, it's taken in all our insurance policies. Every penny we've got is now owed to the bank.
Instead of easing them into an early retirement, the Key West is accelerating Brian to an early grave.
We need help. There's no two ways about it, because I really am having problems in coping with all this.
The last chance for Brian and Jill is to call in eminent hotelier Ruth Watson. It's her mission to save the Key West from the stag and hen zoo that it's stuck in.
What's really noticeable about Newquay is that every other building is a hotel. I love the blue and white decor, it's very fresh, it's very sunny. What I don't like is the absence of signage. There's nothing that says this hotel has got any awards from any organisation whatsoever, and this may well be significant.
In a town awash with guest houses and hotels, not having a rating immediately puts the Key West at the bottom of the pile and the market. But a rating isn't the only thing conspicuous by its absence.
This intrinsically is quite a nice little space. It's got more of a lobby feel to it than many of a hotel I've been into, but the decoration is really crap. There's nobody here. Great shame. Doesn't say why there's nobody here.
Brian and Jill are in the bungalow at the end of the hotel's garden, oblivious to Ruth's arrival. She takes the opportunity to explore in peace.
The thing that strikes me immediately here is that there are guest bedrooms in what feels like the entrance hall. This is weird. You'd expect public rooms here. Just need to see what one of the rooms looks like. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why do I have to keep going to places like this? What is going on? You don't go into a room through a bathroom. This is... It is so cruddy, it's so tiny, the radiator's rusting and leaking. I wouldn't want to be buried in this room. Now, my instant impression again is like some kind of slightly upmarket working men's club, very old-fashioned. And this awful dead red, it's like sort of dead bat's blood or something. It's horrible and it's overwhelming. I hate the colours, I hate them.
Next in line, a double bedroom with an ensuite.
It's absolutely as basic as you can get. Nice view of the fire escape. This hotel is so tired, my initial thought is just close it down.
After her impromptu tour, Ruth finally discovers a bell to alert the owners.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hiya. I'm Ruth.
Hello, Ruth. I'm Jill.
Jill, hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hello. And who's this?
And that's Jazz.
Hello.
She's an integral part of the family.
Isn't she cute?
Ruth is eager to get down to business.
So, you had a real lifestyle change when you came into this business. What on earth made you decide to stop what you were doing and become hoteliers?
We'd always wanted to open a pub or a guest house or a small hotel.
I'm beginning to think that almost the entire population of this country wants to be a hotelier or in a pub.
Exactly.
I mean, why? Why did you think it was going to be a walk in the park?
Rose-coloured glasses,
Yeah.
totally naive,
And
100%, didn't have a clue. I managed to swap 7 hours a day, 5 days a week for 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. It sucks.
So, do we have bank borrowings that are worrisome?
Yes.
And is your bank manager knocking on the door and...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that's
Yes.
why we're here.
Yes. And do we have any cut-off point?
Yes, last
About it.
September.
So we're in a slightly sink or swim situation. Right. But you are shut at the moment for how long?
We're not shut.
No.
We just haven't got any business.
Okay.
The first in, last out in Winchester, a 17th century pub and B&B commonly known as the Philo. Local entrepreneur John Sweeney bought the business 3 years ago, hoping he could turn it into a gold mine.
It was a challenge more than anything, to be truthful with it. I'm not one to turn down a challenge. Sometimes I wish I was. And I had to start learning from day one. And it has been a very, very big learning curve. How come you put staff on room 4, Barry?
Because I want a bed to sleep in.
If we're not fully booked, then Barry can have a room, but if we're fully booked, he can stay on the sofa as night watchman.
Ably assisting John is Barry Hillier, the Philo's general factotum and Winchester's answer to Tom Cruise.
My strengths are, more or less, I can do practically anything. I'm sort of like being told I was a jack of all trades. No power.
He's got some strengths I haven't, but I do find it very frustrating.
OK, thank you ever so much. He just wanted to know if we were shown the Sky Sportsy fights.
Yeah, I've lost where I'm counting now. But then again, I wouldn't even like to start thinking what Barry and some of the other staff think of me.
Far from being the money tree that John dreamed of, last year the Philo took him to the brink of financial ruin.
We went into serious debt. In all honesty, weeks away from bankruptcy. We're still not out the woods.
To stave off disaster, John's elected to sell his rooms at a rock-bottom price of £49 per night. But while the deals have appealed to contractors in search of cut-price accommodation, dozens of dire online reviews have blighted the Philo's reputation.
The reviews we've had at First In, Last Out haven't always been the best, that's for sure. Grubby, dirty. Is this the worst hotel in the country? That one was quite cutting.
I must admit, the reviews we had are not particularly great reviews, but a lot of people has remembered us.
Enter the hotel inspector. John's hoping renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi can help him reverse the Philo's fortunes.
I've got kids to support. I've got many people who rely on me in the form of staff and what have you.
We've laughed, we cried, we've made a lot of friends on the way, and for all to suddenly go would be really devastating.
To get to the bottom of the B&B's bad reputation, Alex has booked in for the night.
Good morning.
Oh, Alex.
John.
How are you? Welcome to First In, Last Out. There's Barry.
Hello.
Nice
Barry.
to meet you.
All right, nice to meet you, Sue.
What we're going to do is we're going to get you booked in now. For insurance purposes, we need to know who's on the building in case of an emergency and what have
Lovely.
you. So Barry's just going to get you to fill
There
out
you
a
go.
form.
Thank you.
If you just put the basic contact details on there, that'd be cracking.
It's Assistant Barry's job to show Alex to her room.
Thank you.
Okay.
And he's keen to make a good impression on his new guest.
Okay, as you know, that is your bar area. Now that you're resident with us, it also entitles you to discount on alcoholic beverages as well. Okay, isn't much, but it's a lot cheaper than what the locals get it for, and believe me, they're all jealous. Of course, this is your residence lounge. It consists of a continental breakfast, like your warm croissants, crumpets, your selections of fruits, and your sweets and your cereals as well. So do please help yourself. Okay, if you'd just like to come with me, I'll show you to where your room is. There you go, Alex. This is your room. Of course, it's all fresh bedding, fresh towels as well. Complimentary teas, coffees, your bottled waters and your sweets. If there's anything I can do for you for this evening and everything, then please don't hesitate to come down to the bar and come and get me, because it's also my duty to make your stay as much as comfortable as possible. OK, is there anything else you're not really too sure of you would like me to explain?
No, I think it's all perfectly self-explanatory.
Okay,
Thank you
there
very
go.
much.
There's your keys, and I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Barry. OK. It's a long time since I was reassured that the bedding on a bed had been changed and was clean for me. Well, of course, the light doesn't work. And honestly, the state of these taps has got to be seen to be believed. There's hairs on my bed. This is quite the most grotesque thing I've ever seen. I mean, even the fake flowers look as if they're urine stained. For decorative purposes only. Someone bought that and put it here to decorate the room.
Each of the 7 bedrooms in the 400-year-old inn has been personally designed by owner John.
My goodness. I feel like I'm Alice in Wonderland and I've just drunk the little bottle and suddenly I've grown. I'm not tall and there's not much head clearance here. Do you think it's a room for hobbits?
All the rooms share 2 loos and 2 showers.
So this is one of the communal showers. Not a great start, is it? Look at that. It's like growing. It's so mouldy. It's alive. That is filthy, filthy, filthy. Ugh.
You do get what you pay for. We're half the price of any other accommodation outlets in Winchester. So you've got to think, why is that so cheap?
The hotel inspector has seen enough.
I'm afraid this is my line in the sand. And, you know, over this line I will not cross. I'm not staying here. John, this place is really dirty. It's properly dirty. Now,
Yeah.
I understand this is cheap accommodation.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting a flat screen television. I don't even mind communal showers.
Sure.
But I expect communal showers that are immaculate if I'm going to have to share them with however many other bodies are staying in the building at any given time. I'm not saying that there's anything that has made me stop wanting to help or stop thinking about what to do.
Yep, yep.
But I have to say to you, I personally am just not willing to stay the night
Sure.
here.
Alex checks out, leaving the Philo with the distinction of being the first establishment she's ever refused to sleep in.
I never ever thought she wouldn't stay, in all honesty. You know, the room which we put to one side for her is, in all honesty, pretty reasonable to an average person.
We have put a lot of time and effort to preparing their room, and for our presents not being here this evening, it's disheartening.
Could the first in, last out be too big a challenge, even for the hotel inspector?